All right, so what had happened was, all right, the first Ask FP video I had to pull off. For whatever reason, it cut off early, cut off at a really compelling point. So I'm going to just do it. This is how hard I work for y'all. I'm redoing the whole thing. And this is the way I'll do it moving forward, because obviously God don't want me to do it the other way. So Patriot72 says, do you think that this is the best NFL game of all time? I think so. What's your opinion? I think the NFL 2K15 was great for the time that it came out, but it's not the best football game of all time. It's not the best NFL game of all time. Madden 15 is the best NFL game of all time. Is it perfect? No, it's not. But neither was NFL 2K5. There were things about 2K5 that I didn't like, but there are some things that 2K5 did that we still waiting for them to do. The highlights during halftime of other games that weren't yours, still haven't seen that. That's awesome. Next up, Mystic Evolution says, I just read, you see Matt Price is coming up. I done got him caught up in the picture. I just read IGN's review for WWE 2K15 on last gen. Brutal. Do you expect much of an improvement for current gen versions? I do. I played both, and I know from a gameplay standpoint, there's some new things done on that. Also, you got the My Career thing with the career invasions, and you also have the ability to use a Superstar Studio where you can actually take an image of yourself and bring that in. So that's actually pretty cool. And while I'm doing Ask FP, Doug McDermott just had a two-hand dunk, and I'm very excited about that. Matt Price says, with Westbrook out at least a month and Durant longer, do the Thunder still make the playoffs? The West is stacked 1 through 8. You are correct. And it all depends on how long both are out. Westbrook should probably be out, I think I heard 8 weeks. I don't know how long Durant's going to be out, but we'll see what goes on with that, because I don't think that they have the supporting cast to kind of tide them over until the big two comes back. Because you look at a team like the Bulls, Derrick Rose went down, you got Noah, you had other guys to step up. Also, Tom Thibodeau was perfect for that. I don't think the Thunder are built that way. Styles Garcia says, how do you play career mode in WWE 2K15 PS3? Well, there's technically no career mode in the PS3 Xbox 360 version. What it is you can play either Who Got Next, Who Got NXT mode, which opens up Proving Ground, and you can play the 2K Showcase. But there's no career mode. The My Career mode is exclusive to current gen, next gen, however you want to refer to it, Xbox One, PlayStation 4. So, as far as career mode, that's best you're going to get for PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360. So, I mean, I didn't have a major problem with the last gen version, personally. Jalen Cook, my dog, says, what do you use to make the intro to your videos? I use Cyberlink Power Director to make most of my stuff. But that particular intro that I have right now, even though I'm not totally satisfied with it, a guy named, I think his name is Daniel Jeremiah. I might be wrong, but that's who he actually made that intro. I'm not totally satisfied with it. Never really was totally satisfied with it. He does good work. I just don't like that one as much anymore. I don't know. I feel like I want something that's a little bit more. They tweeting about it. I feel like I want something that's a little bit more like I can totally mold it myself. So we'll see. Matt Price says, do you think Kurt Angle will ever wrestle again in the WWE? I do think that. I do think for whatever reason, I think he'll end up back there as long as he can, shake his personal issues. I was actually talking to Junior last night or yesterday, one morning. I don't know when it was. But we were talking about how I felt that Kurt Angle would be a nice guy to bring in to take on Rusev. I'm not sure I want him to beat Rusev, because I don't think, especially if Angle's not back for a full-time run, because I don't think any up-and-coming star should get taken down by a person that's part-time. But I think the whole USA thing would work out good. Now, this question is the one that was cut off on the messed-up version of the last video. So let me answer this in depth. Matt Price says, do you use profanity or just not on YouTube? That's a good question. I do not use profanity on YouTube, and I really don't use it in real life. Now, there was a time in my life that I did. A lot, right? But I had a story. It's weird. Funny thing happened. Like, I went to my daughter had this thing, right? She had a thing for something she was in school, right? And I walk in the room, and this kid walks up to me, and he was like, hey, Mr. Mazik, or he's something. He says like, "Hey, Mr. Malik," or "Aren't you franchise play?" And I'm looking at the kid like, "Who are you and why? What's going on?" And he was like, "I watch your videos all the time, and I like your videos." I was like, "Oh man, I really appreciate that." He recognized my face or whatever from across the room. And so I just started thinking to myself, man, what if I was making videos where I was using all kinds of language or whatever, and I go somewhere for my kids or whatever, and somebody sees me and they like, "That's the dude that talks nasty, crazy, whatever." That would be just kind of awkward, you know what I mean? So that, I had already decided I wasn't gonna do it, but that kind of was like a reaffirmation for me, like, yeah, you know what I mean? You know, it's not for, you know, some people do. They whatever they want to do, they say whatever they want to say in the videos, and hey, that's them. I'm not trying to put myself like I'm better than those people or whatever, but this is the route I choose to take because that's more in line with who I am and more in line with my faith and what I believe in. So there's that. So let's move it to the next question, which is from Jumpman Retro 2. Do you think, judging by Cleveland's loss, that they may have issues with coming together because they didn't look too good? Well, I think that whenever you put together all that talent, it needs time to gel. We saw that with Miami's big three, and we're seeing that now with Cleveland. So it doesn't shock me. I wouldn't be worried or panicked if I was them. It's going to take some time. Kyrie Irving, Kevin Love, all the rest of those guys have to learn how to play with LeBron. You know, the only one who really ever played with him was Verjao. It's not easy playing with a great player all the time. So that's something that has to be learned, and they're going to be good before it's all said and done. LeBron's too good. The coaching should be decent. The talent is too good. Jalen Cook, will we see a Fight Night game in the Throwback Thursday series? I've actually done Fight Night. I know I've done Fight Night Champion. I don't know if I've done Fight Night round 3 or 4. I know I had them in the plans. To be honest with you, I think I've done 46 throwbacks, so I can't remember all the ones I've done, but I know I did Fight Night Champion at least. So if I haven't done the other ones, I'm gonna go and do inventory, and I know they're on my schedule to do at some point. I just want another Fight Night game, period, a new one. I don't just want to I want a new one, Jalen. I want a new one. Who do I talk to? Where do I sign to get a new one? Connor Massey, he's one of the first people to hit me up on Twitter, said, "What happened to the end of the video, dog? What is good?" Here it is, Connor. He says, "How come you stopped doing the RTTS series, Road to the Show, and MLB The 14 Show?" Connor, man, this is a sore spot for me because I really wanted to push through with the baseball thing this year and finish it, you know, because it's a task, because I almost like always insist upon playing 162 games because it's just the stats don't make sense if I don't. But because it's dragged out so long, I just feel like it won't really be well received, like overall. So I made an announcement today in the channel update that I was going to stop baseball series until March. So I'll be bringing it back then, and I'm going to pick up right where it left off. So I'm hoping you'll stay on with me and rock with me with the Road to the Show as well as Breaking the Curse, because it's coming back, and you know they carry over. The saves carry over, so I'm not losing anything. So there's that. Jalen Cook again says, "What are your thoughts on the Giants winning the World Series since we talking baseball?" I like the Giants ever since Barry Bonds. I mean, they're not the Cubs. The Cubs is my squad. I'm married to the Cubs. I just date the Sox. But so I felt pretty good about it. I mean, Madison Bumgarner's performance was one of the most amazing I've ever seen in the world in a postseason period. I mean, a starting pitcher almost beat a team by itself. That was absolutely amazing. So I thought it was awesome. Heat 3-0 boys 6-3. Zay Breezy says, "What are your thoughts on Emmanuel Mudiay and Thon Maker?" And he's loving everything I do. God bless. God bless you too. I appreciate that. Thon Maker is, let's not get too crazy because he's just a junior. But my God, that kid is ridiculously talented. 7'1". I mean, if you talk about taking a guy who was like a mixture between T-Mac and Kevin Garnett, that's kind of the type of talent he looks like. Now we don't know everything yet. All types of things can happen, injuries, whatever. But talent-wise, he's amazing. Emmanuel Mudiay, I have not seen enough of him really to give an opinion. I know he's a 6'5", powerful point guard, but I really don't know enough about him to really give a strong opinion. I'm going to definitely pay attention to him this year in terms of how he plays overseas to see, you know what, because he's going to be a top 5 pick. So we'll see what happens. Ryan Nation says, "Do you know how will there be any restriction from streaming WWE 2K15 from the Xbox One, PS4? Any block scenes or muted audio?" I don't know that, because the tripped out thing, Ryan, is it seems like the only company is really blocking a lot in terms of streaming is EA Sports NBA Live 15. There was a ton blocked. Didn't understand that. So I'm hoping they won't block a lot. I think if they don't block, and you know, I know why you say that, because 2K Showcase uses so much real footage. So if that's gonna be interesting to see if they block that. That is a really good question. That's a really good question. So I really don't know. I don't know. So we'll find out. That's something we won't find out until we actually get that hard copy, retail copy in our hands. So that's going to be interesting to find out. So I'll let you guys know that. I'm going to actually stream, if you didn't see the tweet earlier today, I'm going to stream live right at midnight when the game comes out. So just you guys keep your eyes open for that. Also, anybody who's not following me on Twitch, or not, you know, whatever you call it on Twitch, if you're not doing that with me on Twitch, definitely do it, because I'm streaming 3 times a week now, Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Franchise Play is the name of the channel. I appreciate everybody who tuned in to watch this redo. Y'all subscribe, follow, peace.